see if I have this correct here. Good morning, everyone. My name is Pam Migliozzi, and a very warm welcome to the Center of Spiritual Living, Tacoma. Welcome all of you, those who are here in person today, and those who are watching us online. Our musicians today include Terry O'Hara on piano, and Bienvenido Yangco on clarinet, and our special guest musician is Jim Valley. Our audiovisual team is Erik Perrohe and Ronald Edens. Thank you so much. Our practitioners today are Suzanne Frazier here on platform and Bev Holland holding high watch in the back of the room. Today's message will be given by our beloved Reverend Karen Linsley, our interim minister. If you are here for the first time today, we're glad you have chosen to visit us, and we would like to acknowledge you being here. We are a friendly, handshaking, meet and greet community. However, we also recognize and respect that not everyone may be so gregarious. If you are comfortable raising your hand so we may acknowledge you, please wave hello. Anybody new today? Welcome, welcome. So glad to have you with us. The Center for Spiritual Living is a peaceful, loving, and joyful spiritual community with a shared set of values, principles, and practices. We embody an understanding of our oneness with Source. We are committed to individual transformation and to being a beneficial presence on the planet. Our vision is to create a world that works for everyone. We hope to empower you to bring your dreams to life. We do this in a number of ways: practicing meditation and prayer, offering a spiritual home, teaching universal spiritual principles, giving consciously, living in the present moment, engaging in a life of service, and providing a pathway to peace of mind. So welcome, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. And now, let us please welcome our practitioner of the day, Suzanne Frazier, to the podium. Thank you.
Good morning. So I'm going to start this meditation. I don't know how many of you recognize this little book, 365 Days Science of Mind. There's a reading in here for you every day of the year. And you just read it every year over and over, and it seems brand new every time you read it. So. And sometimes things will hook you, and other times it won't get you till the next year. But this morning, I'm going to use this as an opening for this meditation. So if you want to, you can get comfy in your chair. Remember, a chair is just kind of a symbol for spirit. It holds you up. You're safe there. You've got your own space. Maybe you're close to a neighbor, but you're safe in your chair, just like you are in spirit at all times. Okay, so just let's take a nice breath together and release. The secret of effective prayer lies in the realization that there is a power of good in the universe and that we can use it. Let that really enter your heart space. There's a place of good everywhere in the universe, and we can use it. We don't need an instruction manual. We simply believe that there is good everywhere, and it's available to everyone. I know this is true of all of us this morning. I know that good is just waiting for you to open your arms and accept it. And one of the first things we need to learn to do is to expect and to accept the divine nature flowing through everything. That means everything. That means the cherry blossoms. That means the toads in a pond. That means your neighbor. It means maybe something you're not so crazy about. The good is there. We need only accept it. Our consciousness of the indwelling spirit and the embodiment of its gifts bring us into the dominion of good. The dominion of good. So for just a minute maybe, I'd like you to take that word, dominion of good. It's not a word we use too often, but take it into your heart space. What does it say to you? What is the dominion of good that exists within you and all around you? Our good can be so many different things all at the same time. It fills all the spaces. It sees perfection in the imperfect. It allows us that grace to be, to just be, whoever, whatever it is that we're experiencing in the moment. To be that authentic self. To know that you are okay just the way you are right now. Warts and all. That something that indwells us loves us into being, and that we are that manifestation of love. Spirit expresses itself through us. Let that settle for a minute. And so I know that this is absolutely true of each person here. I know that it's absolutely true of everybody online, on Zoom. I know that it's absolutely true of everyone that we know and everyone we don't know, across the ocean, in the forest, out in the ocean. It's all there, and it's all available to us every day of every second. I encourage you that 50 times during your day, say to yourself, I am a beloved human being. I am the beloved child. Say that to yourself. I am beautiful. I am loved. I am accepted. I am confident. I am. I am. Maybe the greatest prayer you ever say is, I am, and thank you. Thank you, Spirit. And I say that now. I am so grateful for each one of you. I am so grateful for Reverend Karen's talk this morning. I'm so grateful for everyone that's here in service, the musicians, the greeters, the audiovisual people, all of you, all of us. And so I just welcome you back to the room and call it all so good. And I release this prayer knowing that it's done. It's done before we speak the words or before we think the thoughts. It's done. And I say thank you. Thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is.
Good morning. So I'm going to start out with a song called Vespers. And this is from a book by A.A. Milne. Does that ring a bell to you, A.A. Milne? He wrote or Winnie the Pooh. And when I was very young, there was a book called When We Were Very Young by A.A. Milne. My mom used to read me poems from it. And the last poem in the book was called Vespers. Christopher Robin is saying his prayers. And that's where this came from. It sounds like this. Little boy kneels at the foot of his bed, droops on his little hands, little gold head. Hush now, hush. Whisper who dares, Christopher Robin is saying his prayers. God bless Mommy, I know that's right. Wasn't it fun in the bath tonight? The cold so cold and the hot so hot. God bless Daddy, I quite forgot. God bless Daddy. Open my fingers a little bit more, I can see Nanny's dressing gown on the door. It's a beautiful blue, but it has no hood. God bless Nanny, make her good. God bless Nanny. Thank you, God, for this beautiful day. And what was the other that I had to say? I said bless Mommy, so what can it be? Now I remember. God bless me, now I remember. The little boy kneels at the foot of his bed, droops on his little hands, little gold head. Hush now, hush, whisper who dares. Christopher Robin, sing his prayers. Now let me become all that I am. Let me become all that I am. Tree is green and blue is the sky, and a bird can fly. And why can't I let me become all that I am?
That one is on in my car all the time. That CD is on my car all the time. I love it. Thank you. So the reading this morning is one is from the Bible, actually, and one is from Roy T. Bennett. So the first is, so do not fear, I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. That's Isaiah 41:10. And from Roy Bennett, believe in your infinite potential. Your only limitations are those you set upon yourself. Believe in yourself, your abilities, and your own potential. Never let self-doubt hold you captive. You are worthy of all that you dream of and hope for. And now we have the minister's moment. You're on, Karen.
Good morning, everybody. Hi. Oh my goodness, it's so good to be here and so wonderful to see all of you today. And thank you so much, Suzanne, for the lovely meditation. I actually pulled up that reading for today. I usually read it, and this morning I didn't because I was busy preparing for Sunday. So before I get started on Minister's Moment, I have a special treat for you today. Lucas Smiraldo contacted me last week and said he had written a poem that he wanted to share with all of you. So I'd like to bring him up He's going to read his poem, and when he's finished, I will resume and do my minister's moment. So come on up, Lucas. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's really great to be back. Nice to see you all. And that was a lovely song, Jim. Just beautiful, beautiful melody. Thank you so much. So 6 a.m., I'm just waking up, and I hear the drone of the street sweeper outside. And I realize that in all of my cumulative years that has never sounded like a machine, but it's the sound of that street sweeper, that hum, sounds like something mysterious and mystical and ethereal. And so I just decided I would write right then about that. And I was thinking about how there are mysteries that we're invited into that are unexpected. And that it is okay to be in the unknowing. We are in a process of looking for our new minister, and I know that it's uncomfortable, a little awkward for us as we do that search, but it's okay to be in that unknowing space, and there's much to be gained there. So this poem is short, and it's just called The Sweeping. At the hum of the street cleaner, the skin is wise, knows a mystery when it feels one, settles into the catching at the delicious chill of a mechanical song, which somehow welcomes the long string of the second universe, and even the asphalt is a relative. I tell myself to solve this, but each breath of mine has never claimed an answer. Keep seeking the company of these indigenous mysteries, escaping into the open air, finding us in our beds at the near horizon, taking us past our precious mathematics into the uncodified interior of this infinite wilderness.
Thank you so much. I just went into an absolutely gorgeous place listening to him read that. Thank you, Lucas. I appreciate it. So today's minister's moment, I have a whole bunch of gratitudes for you. I'm very much enjoying these gratitudes because it reminds me of what I am grateful for. And I am very grateful for all of you. So here we go with our gratitudes. This list gets a little longer every single week. I might have to start editing it a bit, depending. We'll see what happens with it. So here's the list. Music and the choir, and specifically the music at Center for Spiritual Living Tacoma. I received a lot of gratitudes for our music today. For Terry O'Hara, for bringing in our wonderful musicians, for Bienvenido Yangco for playing such beautiful clarinet, and for all of our guest musicians. Yeah, lots and lots of music gratitudes showing up on these lists. I've also got a gratitude here for Drew and his great talks. And in addition, another gratitude further on down the list for the Thursday night meditation and how powerful it is. I have a gratitude here for the Center for Spiritual Living Tacoma community. I have gratitude for love, service, self-forgiveness, cats, motivation, coffee, another choir gratitude, a good hairdresser, Star Trek, the grace and collaboration of the leadership at Center for Spiritual Living Tacoma. That one made my heart get warm. The amazing miracle of seeds, the comfort of a warm home, the wisdom of homes, Tole, Zin, and others, being able to do my forgiveness work, Robert's increasing good health, the class from whence we came, and also Beverly Holland, who was facilitating that class. Waking up in a good mood. More gratitude for cats. My spouse's support. Point Reston. I think it's Ruston. It looked like Ruston in the thing, but I think it's Ruston. gorgeous weather, the people at Center for Spiritual Living Tacoma, kindness and generosity, the maturity of our practitioner team. Yeah. The amazing music, more music here at Center for Spiritual Living. And again, Terry O'Hara for bringing it to us. My dog, who adores me. Happy memories. My son, my family, the scenic areas of Washington, and the Olympic Mountains. Isn't that a great list? I so enjoy sharing these with you and receiving these each week. So next week, which is the first weekend in April, I will not be here. So unless I can find someone to do it for me, there will not be a minister's moment next week. However, your guest speaker next week is someone I am so happy to offer to you. She will be speaking to you virtually from Las Vegas, Nevada. Her name is Judy Ann Young. Judy Ann Young is a dynamic storyteller. I have brought her into every single community that I have been interminister at. And each community has subsequently brought her back to be a guest speaker after I moved on. That's how wonderful she is as a speaker. She's dynamic, she's interesting. I think you will love her. A few little tidbits about Judy Ann Young. She rides a Harley motorcycle that she named King Tut. She's gone cross country on her motorcycle to raise money. And she did what's called the Tail of the Dragon, which my husband wanted to ride. Each time he went there, the road got closed because of snow. He never got to ride it, but Judy Ann Young did. It's famous among motorcyclists. If you're a motorcyclist, you're probably familiar with it. It's an 11-mile highway that has over 318 hairpin curves. I'd like to drive that highway in my sports car, actually. To Young, each curve represented a woman who was courageous enough to lean into life's dangerous curves while maintaining balance when she couldn't see beyond the bend in the road ahead. So that's a little bit about Judy Ann Young, who will be with you next week. And that is it for my minister's moment for today. And thank you very much for letting me share all those gratitudes. And I do believe we have some music now, correct?
Hello, 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 Dolly. This is one of my oldest songs, 69, I think. And it was originally called Sing Children Sing. And it's evolved and the words have changed a little through the years. And it's actually called And the Garden. And I know in your program, Terry pointed out that it says In the Garden. But, okay. And I want to thank Benny and Terry for learning this song, and hope you enjoy it. See if we're on here. Can you hear that? Children, listen, sing the story, magic, kingdom within. Moon and stars in all their glory, and the garden, and the garden. There's a tree growing deep in the forest, roots are growing down inside the earth. Their limbs stretching high toward the heavens, leaves with their ever new birth. sing, sing for your lives. There's an old man high on a mountain, hands in the air to greet the day. He's a hermit holding on to a candle, love in his eyes to help light the way. Love in his eyes to help light the way, the way, the way. Sing, children, sing. On your way back home. Sing, children, sing. When you're feeling all alone. Sing, children, children, sing. Hallelujah. Sing, children, children, sing. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Children, listen, sing the story, magic, kingdom within. Moon and stars and all their glory, and the garden, 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 and the garden. Thank you, Benny. Thank you, Terry.
Well, good morning once again. Oh my goodness. Yes, I agree. The music is absolutely fantastic. I got the chills in that last song. When I get the chills, I know there's something going on there with the music. So thank you so much for that beautiful music. Well, we're still talking about authenticity here this month. And I have really enjoyed this journey into authenticity. It has allowed me to think about whether or not I'm showing up authentically in the world, and if I'm not, what to do about it. And if I am, great, let's do more of that. And on this journey to authenticity, we've talked at various times during this month about vulnerability and courage and setting boundaries. I'm realizing that in the setting of boundaries, we set boundaries because we do so for ourselves. We set those boundaries because boundaries are actually bridges, not walls. But they're bridges to our connection with God, I think, those boundaries. Maybe not sometimes bridges to communication with other people, because I don't know about you, but sometimes when I set boundaries, the people I set the boundaries with don't like it so much, and then they build a wall. But for me, setting boundaries is about giving approval to myself and building a bridge to that God within me. And today, this last pathway to authenticity is about knowing our worth, which actually has something quite a bit to do with setting of boundaries. The title of the talk today is No Approval Needed. And I want to amend that a little bit, because approval is needed. It's just not needed from other people. It's needed from ourselves, not other people. So today, on this journey to authenticity, I'll be talking about self-worth. And I have to confess that as much as I have enjoyed this month's topics, I struggled a bit with today's topic in particular. Coming to you to speak of worthiness on the journey to authenticity did not feel authentic for me when I began working on this talk, because, well, low self-worth knocked on my door at some point before I started the talk. It wanted to come for a visit, and silly me, when it knocked on the door, I let it in. And isn't that sometimes the way it works with those old ways of being? They show back up in our lives sometimes, and they knock on the door and we let them in. But now that I know what good, healthy self-worth feels like, going back to low self-worth doesn't work so well for me anymore. And when I became aware that I had let low self-worth come in the door, you better believe I did some things to kick it to the curb. Whether attempting to shine our light of authenticity in all its glory for the first time or the zillionth time, the process is the same. And when those things like low self-worth come back for a visit, whether we're kicking that low self-worth to the curb for the first time or the zillionth time, it's all the same. And we've talked about this process all month. To be authentic, we must have courage. We must be vulnerable. We must do what is necessary to truly know ourselves and who and what we are. And this week we are addressing our sense of self-worth and raising that sense up if necessary, so we can show up in life fully, authentically. And if you're wondering if it's worth it to do this work, I'm here to share with you that it very much is. The level of our self-worth has everything to do with how much we enjoy life, how successful we are, how much abundance we experience, how healthy our relationships are, and whether or not we can show up authentically in life, in integrity with our own beliefs and values. That's what showing up authentically means. We have beliefs, we have values, we show up in integrity with them. Self-worth is a belief, and like any other belief, we manifest what we believe. So today is an invitation to look at our own level of self-worth on this journey to authenticity and change our belief in who and what we are if necessary. And if that self-worth is low today for you, or this week, or this month, or if it's been low your entire life and you're just now becoming aware of it, take heart. You're not alone. I remember a time years and years and years ago, it was the first time the Dalai Lama had come to the United States to visit. And he had translators with him. And he began to share with people what his truth was. And during the course of some of these discussions, the Americans would talk to him about low self-worth. And the translators had no way to translate that because they didn't have a word for that. The Dalai Lama was very puzzled by this phenomenon, but he quickly learned that it's very pervasive in our society. I wanted to give you a few symptoms of low self-worth so that you know what it looks like. Because let's face it, if you've had low self-worth your entire life, you don't know you have low self-worth because it's normal. It feels normal. So here's some symptoms. Sometimes if we're obsessed with our low self-worth, we're also obsessed with doing because we feel like unless we can do things, we aren't worthy. We're not deserving of just breathing air just because we are. We must do, we must accomplish in order to feel worthy. I'm here to tell you that's not true. Sometimes folks afflicted with low self-worth don't know how to play. Sometimes people afflicted with low self-worth don't speak to themselves very kindly. They call themselves names. Stupid. How could you do that? What were you thinking? Those are all signs of low self-worth. And speaking to ourselves that way is abusive, actually. We judge ourselves harshly for every little thing. People afflicted with low self-worth don't claim their successes. They give credit to someone or something else. And people with low self-worth also don't take responsibility for their mistakes. They blame something or someone else. Sometimes people with low self-worth can't look people in the eye. And people with low self-worth usually have no boundaries because they want people to like them. So they won't say, no, you can't speak to me like that. No, you can't do that to me anymore. Or they say yes when they really want to say no. They allow people to take advantage of them. Those are all signs and symptoms of low self-worth. Low self-worth tells us we can't do that no one likes us, that we are not enough. People with low self-worth don't even carry themselves the same way when they walk as people with a healthy sense of self-worth. Watch people walking. You can tell the ones who have no self-worth, they're kind of hunched over and their steps are a little hesitant. Yeah. Low self-worth affects us on all kinds of levels. So I have a personal example of how low self-worth can show up for you in your life, how it showed up for me last week. And this gave me a clue because sometimes this stuff comes back in and I'm not fully aware of it yet. I know that I'm not feeling good, but I don't know why yet. So I went to this social thing the other day and I took some time to get all dolled up for this thing. Now with this particular group of people, they never see me dolled up. They never see me with my hair done and my makeup on because this particular group, when we get together, we're out in the desert playing. I don't get dolled up to go out in the desert and play. I just don't. So I walked into this social occasion the other night, and one of the guys that was there saw me walk through the door, and he had seen me, we'd been out playing in the desert together. And he took one look at me and he got a big grin on his face and he said, "Wow, you look great. Do you have a hot date tonight?" And I hadn't been feeling really date worthy lately, even though I wanted to. And instead of thanking him and telling him what I really wanted to say, which was, "I wish," I poo-pooed his compliment and told him that a date was unlikely to happen anytime soon. That was low self-worth talking, guys. And I observed these words come out of my mouth and I observed this reaction and I said to myself, "Oh no, really? Come on, Karen." And then I proceeded to beat myself up for it. So the low self-worth continued. I'm happy to say I'm over it now. I came home from that social occasion that night and did some work right then and right there and continued to do some more work in the morning. And I'm back to what passes for normal for me now because low self-worth is not normal. So let's say you've become aware that you are not worthy. You think you're not worthy. You believe you're not worthy. Let's say after reviewing those symptoms that, and I'm grateful for cats. Sorry, you're hearing my cat meow. She likes to sing the song of her people. Cats, I'm grateful for cats. Let's say after reviewing the symptoms of low self-worth, you've become aware. Now, if this is a new awareness for you, you might be sitting in that chair in that sanctuary, feeling very vulnerable and sad and uncomfortable. And I'm here to share with you that's okay, and I support you. But we do have some beautiful spiritual practices that will take care of a phenomenon like low self-worth powerfully and quickly. The first spiritual practice is treatment. It works great. And it can work quickly if we allow it to. It works a lot quicker than seeing a therapist. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't go see a therapist. I'm saying treatment works and it can work quickly if we allow it. I remember a time when I became aware that I was afflicted with this thing called low self-worth. I lived my whole life this way. It took a mentor who stepped into my life, and she observed that some of the people in my life had not been treating me very well. And I felt that sadness that I had allowed this to continue, and that I didn't even know that it wasn't very nice the way they've been treating me. I didn't even know it was abusive. I had no clue. But once I had the awareness, I did my work, I did my grief work, I moved beyond, I did my forgiveness work, and then I began to treat, to elevate my own self-esteem. When we ask for treatment for something like elevating our low self-esteem, the ways and the means to accomplish what we've asked for shows up in our life. It seems like a miracle, but it really isn't. It's the way of the law. It's the way this thing works. So soon after that time, I was teaching a class online. Now this was back in 2014. So I was teaching online way before COVID. One of my students had a poster on her wall, and it said, "God, please allow me to know the truth about myself, no matter how beautiful it is. Please allow me to know the truth about myself, no matter how beautiful it is." And it struck me suddenly on this journey to worthiness that I needed to take that request and turn it into a treatment, an affirmation for myself. And so I did. I know the truth about myself, and it is beautiful. And I took that affirmation and it became my mantra. And I created a meme using a photo of a soaring hot air balloons. And I put that meme on my iPad, so I saw it every time I opened up my iPad, and I put it on my phone. I saw that meme everywhere I looked. I meditated on it, and I chanted it, and I treated for it, and I did so repeatedly, because sometimes it takes a little more work than others for us to think some things. One day, a little while later, I was driving down the road, minding my own business, shaming myself for a loss I had had in my life. And a brand new voice popped into my consciousness. I'd never heard this voice before. And it said, "Karen, we're not speaking to ourselves like that any longer. We are done with that. You are worthy." And I went, "Oh my goodness. Oh." And I got the chills once again. And I got the chills just now telling you this story. And I knew that my treatment had worked. I knew from that point onward that I was worthy. And from that point of worthiness, I began to be comfortable setting boundaries. I told the people in my life who did not speak kindly to me, or who sent unhealthy messages to me, or, all the stuff that people sometimes do, that they could not do that anymore. I raised my prices in my business. I claimed my worth. This is where we get when we do this work. And this just from treatment. Just from treatment. So treatment works. And I began to experience what it felt like to feel worthy moving through life. And so today I'm very grateful for this topic of worthiness as a pathway to authenticity, because it serves as a reminder to me of who and what I truly am. Because when we're worthy, we know who and what we truly are. We are children of God. When we are showing up authentically, we have courage. We can be vulnerable. We know ourselves. We set boundaries. And we affirm the truth of who and what we are. So now I'd like to share with you a little bit about what it looks like when we really know we are children of God. And when we are children of God, we are no longer our labels. You know, I've got plenty of labels. You do too. My labels are, I'm a 68-year-old straight white woman. I'm a minister. I'm a retired photographer. I'm a sober alcoholic. Those are all labels. But that's not who I am. And your labels are not who you are either. Here's the label. If we need to have a label, here's the label. We are all children of God. We are all one with that thing called divinity, divine one, spirit, force, power, light, energy. So instead of being our labels, we show up as what I like to call little godlings, little bits and pieces of God running around on this earth. Here's what that looks like. We show up with full, loving acceptance for ourselves and others. We set good, healthy boundaries for ourselves. We have beautiful, delightful courage as we move through life. We walk confidently and tallly. Tallly? That's a word now. I just made it up. It's a word. We look people in the eye. We see life as beautiful. We see it as glorious. We make a gratitude list and it comes so easily because basically we are grateful for everything. That's what it looks like when we know we are children of God. When we know we are children of God, we are worthy. We take time off for ourselves. We play. We love, we honor, we cherish. We live in integrity with our values. Those are all symptoms of knowing what it's like, of feeling it, of being a child of God. Ernest Holmes talks about this in every single one of his books, in all of his writings. He talks about this thing called oneness, where we are one with God and God is one with us. I found this quote the other day. It's in a book called This Thing Called Life that Ernest Holmes wrote. Not This Thing Called You. That's got good, yummy stuff too. This one is called This Thing Called Life. This is a fairly long quote, but it's so appropriate and fits so well with our topic today of knowing our worth and being one with God. He says, your place in life is to become an outlet for life's wisdom. And life is capitalized, so he's talking about God. So your place in life is to become an outlet for God's wisdom, intelligence, love, beauty, and creativity. Your relationship, and I'm replacing the word life with God for emphasis here today. Your relationship to God is that you are of like nature to it. You are in it and it is in you. Some part of you exists as pure spirit. This side of your nature is superior to anything that happens to you. And you can prove this easily enough by this simple experiment. Someday when you feel depressed or unhappy or melancholy, sit quietly by yourself and begin to mentally climb up out of your difficulties. Push your thought through every obstruction, practicing the affirmations which have been used in this book. And your sense of depression and fear will fade away. And if you continue this practice long enough, you will find yourself emerging in some part of your being which has never been troubled. You will be demonstrating that some part of you lives above confusion. Through this simple act, you will have demonstrated that you have the freedom to be happy. You also have the freedom to be unhappy. And you have the freedom to convert this unhappiness into joy. You will be proving that you are an individual, but an individual who can draw on an invisible power. So we are one with God. It is a part of us, and we are a part of it. This is our authenticity in life. If we have the courage to show up as the godlings that we are, our individual human authenticity will also show up, and it will shine so bright. So the invitation this month is to show up as a child of God, living the greatest life that can be lived in joy and abundance and a full realization of the godliness that each of us is. And so I close with a prayer, feeling that incredible oneness, knowing that this God is everywhere present, feeling it move through me in the peace that I'm feeling, in the joy that I am expressing. I feel a lightness of spirit. I feel a movement within me of absolute peace. I feel a movement within me of confidence. Beautiful, glorious, warm light. And as I feel this oneness with God, I speak my word now for everyone present within the sound of my voice, knowing that each person also feels this oneness. Each person feels their godliness. Each person is now and further evermore from this point onward showing up as God, as the wisdom of God, as the love of God, as the power of God, as the beauty of God, as the joy of God. Each person is showing up as pure authenticity. And so I gratefully release my words into that law, knowing that it has taken them and already made them so. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it is my pleasure to turn it back over now. And I do believe we have music. I think it's time for music.
Godlings. All the little godlings. All in a row. Come to me slowly, come to me sure. Sing to me joyful, sing to me pure. Reach for me higher with all thy might. Share with me this day this wonderful light, wonderful light. Oh, my soul, release and behold. We'll go places beyond control, oh my soul. Call me the father, sister of the sun. Call me darling, loved one. Search for me constant through the night, and I'll come to you in the morning light, morning light. Like a seabird in golden flight. Oh, my soul, release and behold. We'll go places beyond control. Oh, my soul, release and behold. Oh, my soul, release and behold. And the kingdom of heaven will surely unfold. Oh, my soul. Now come to me slowly, come to me sure. Sing to me joyful, sing to me pure. Come to me slowly, come to me sure.
Oh my goodness, what a gift. Thank you, Jim. Thank you so much. Before I ask the ushers to come forward, I just want to go off script for one moment. We have an absolutely fabulous usher greeter team, and I would just like to acknowledge everyone who supports us in this. They're here. I send out a little email. I say, okay, we need help next month, and I get all these people coming forward. This is March 26th, and we're already totally filled for the month of April. So thank you. Thank you to our ushers and greeters. And now, if the ushers could come forward, please join me in saying our offering blessing together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, and so it is.
Let me explain to you about the next song. It is a cello song for Charlie by Helen Mountford. Now, I received this as a Christmas gift from my friend arranger, Dmitriy Varelas, whom you keep on seeing the arrangements. Helen Mountford was originally from New Zealand, and she now lives in Melbourne, Australia, and she's a cellist, a classically trained cellist. She wrote this song, cello song for Charlie, and was recorded by a band with a unique name, My Friend the Chocolate Cheesecake, or the Chocolate Cake, or something like that. That is the name of the band. Anyways, that was in January that I received this song. Reverend Caroline passed away in December of last year, and I was looking for a song that I could play for the celebration of her life, which will be this coming Saturday. And I thought that I would play the song. Now, I changed the title because, for obvious reasons, I'm not a cellist, I'm a clarinetist, and I'm not playing this for Charlie, but I'm playing this for Caroline. So I hope that the composer does not mind me changing this title for this occasion. So that's the story. You're invited, by the way, this coming Saturday for the celebration of the life of Reverend Caroline Perrohe.
have a closing prayer, but first I just would like to say thank you, Benny. It was beautiful. Oh, gosh. I guess it got me. Thank you so much. Thank you. So now if you want to close your eyes, and once again, go to that spot within where the spark of spirit is always lit. It's always lit. And we know that healing is taking place all the time for a myriad of reasons. Joyful, challenge, regret, sadness, joy, that we're always healing into this place of amazing grace. And for that, we are always grateful. The best antidote, I think, for anything that's going on within us or around us that's less than pleasant is always to begin and think about your gratitude. Even in a dark moment or a sad moment or whatever the challenge might be, there is good. And it may be hard to see sometimes or to feel, but it's good. And it's as Karen said in her talk, we just need to encourage it to emerge. Encourage it to come forward. To take charge, to be in absolute acceptance of the good that is happening. That the beauty all around us, I mean the little pansy that pokes up in the concrete. What's that? It's a miracle, we think. But it's just a sign, a beautiful signal of all the beauty that is around us at all times, no matter the appearance of this reality, this hard stuff, this chair, this table. It's all that beautiful stuff that we don't see with our eyes. But if we look to it through spirit, the beauty is there. And it's available. And it's available for each one of you right now. Every day, always. I know this to be true of you because you're so beautiful. I'm standing here looking at you, and you are so beautiful. I'm so grateful for each person here, and each person online, and each person in our homes, and each person that just lives, breathes, and has their being in spirit too. So I just call all of this so good. What a lovely day. How enhanced were we by the music? Aren't we just the most fortunate people? Don't we just deserve it? Jim Valley, Benny, Terry, we deserve that beauty. So I just let it all go and say thank you. Thank you, sweet spirit. Thank you. And so it is.
Thank you, Suzanne, for an absolutely beautiful prayer. Aren't our prayers just amazing? And just feeling the excitement and the love and the energy in this room. So now we'll go through our announcements. Promise we won't take real long here. You want to mark your calendar for one more visioning session led by Reverend Karen. The focus is to imagine who we are and what we want to create as a CSL community. Everyone in this community is welcome to attend. During the last session, which will take place on April the 8th, we will discuss the results we have gained from our 3 visioning sessions thus far. The remaining date is Saturday, April 8th from 10 to 11, and sign up online at www.csltacoma.org. And as Benny talked about, and as Suzanne so beautifully referred to, there is going to be a celebration of life for Reverend Carolyn and Paul Eugene Perrohe this coming Saturday, April the 1st, beginning at 1:30 p.m. Please arrive early to browse several displays, and there's a wonderful team of beloveds that are working on putting together a very beautiful service for Reverend Carolyn and Paul. And then on Saturday, April 22nd, this is going to be a full day, CSL Tacoma offers a new workshop, From Limitation to Infinity, with Reverend Karen. This workshop will allow you to take a deep dive into whatever is limiting you. When you discover this, you can move through forgiveness and on to greater abundance in your life. This workshop will be from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon on Zoom. And again, you can sign up at the CSL Tacoma website at www.csltacoma.org. And then Saturday night, and I'm so excited to be part of this team, this Spiritual Living here in Tacoma is presenting Wine, Tapas, and New Thought. And it will begin at 6:30 p.m. right here at the center. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be celebrating the start of spring, Earth Day, and our monthly gatherings of community and conversation, accompanied by appetizers, wine, and soft drinks. And we'll have a new topic every single month. It's going to be the third Saturday. And I would really like to thank this wonderful committee. We have Darlene and Ed Green that are working so hard in putting this together. We have Sharon Sterling, myself, and Mona Williams. If you have any questions, please come see us after the service. And it's only $20 a person. It's really, really going to be great. Just think about, you go to dinner with a couple, you're not going to go to dinner for $40. No way. So this is really going to be a good evening. And we are also accepting donations of wine and tapas or appetizers for the event. So please, 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 please purchase your ticket at the center here today or sign up on the website. So I think that's it. And now we're going to move into our peace song. Thank you so very much.